In an audacious display of contempt for local citizens, the Board of Supervisors in a California county disregarded appeals from environmentalists and others concerned with government waste.
In San Luis Obispo County, they approved 2 solar projects. One that is now being built is California Valley Solar Ranch. This is a project that received $1.2 billion of government loan guarantees.
$1.2 billion in government loan guarantees. 5th District Supervisor Jim Patterson has distributed a campaign brochure touting the fact that he has led the effort to approve 2 solar energy projects and provide nearly 400 skilled worker positions at the California Valley Solar Ranch. According to research by Mr. Alex Alexiev, this statement simply isn't true.
One of the justifications of this tremendous government subsidies is that they supposedly create green jobs. Well, they don't. They certainly not anything that you can call significant. And so this California Valley Solar Ranch will have, when it's done, we'll have 12 permanent jobs. These are mostly people that will squeegee the solar panels from dust. That's what that will be.
As he points out, the cost per job ratio is staggering.
Picture it, $1.2 billion for 12 jobs. That's $100 million a job.
Wow.
And who is going to pay for that? Well, we are all paying for that. Because it came straight from the Obama stimulus package. So it's taxpayers' money. On top of that, the local utility called PG&E signed a contract, forced by the government to sign a contract to buy energy from this solar plant at 50% above market rate. Who is paying for that? The customers of PG&E. What's the total? $453 million over the life of the contract, which is 20 years.
$450 million over the next 20 years.
Those of us that live in PG&E territory have nothing to look forward but huge increases in our electricity bill on account of this government handouts. More when you read the Obama stimulus on bill on renewable energy, how it'll create American jobs, how it'll revive the economy, etc. Take a look at this company. It's called SunPower. That's the company that is the developer of the plant. Well, they got their loan guarantees by the government the last day before the program was finished for last year. It was the last day of September. Already at that time, this company was no longer an American company. It was bought by the French oil giant Totale. So it was a foreign company. I think currently 75% of it is owned by the French. Not only that, but they had already announced that the so-called, solar jobs, they were supposedly coming to California, were not going to California, going to Mexicali, Mexico. They were going to build their plant in Mexico.
He summarized the travesty.
So here is a government that subsidizes a company to the tune of $100 million per permanent job, to a company that's owned by the French. So whatever benefits may come from that would not come to the American people, would go to overseas. And to a factory being built in Mexicali.
Just to add injury to insult, SunPower was already on the verge of bankruptcy, even with the huge government subsidy. It was propped up by the French company Totale.
In fact, the CEO of Totale, a Frenchman, said publicly that if they had not bought this company, it would already be bankrupt. And it is very easy to believe that because last year, 2011, SunPower lost $604 million. In other words, they lost almost half of the money they got from the government. And their stock, if you're in the stock market in 2007, their stock was, I believe it was, anyway, they have lost, they're currently about $7 they're on the stock market, which is 90% below what they were in 2007. So this company is de facto, if not bankrupt, it's only because it's owned by a giant French company, but it's certainly not a company that anybody would want to invest into.
San Luis Obispo Supervisor Patterson evidently considers this the major achievement of his tenure as county supervisor to date, as evidenced by the top billing given to the ranch in the brochure. And he's crowing about this as the environmentalists are celebrating their lawsuit to close the plant. That's right. SunPower Corporation settled a dispute with a group of litigants battling against its San Luis Obispo County solar project by agreeing to close the plant down after 50 years of operation. The 250 megawatt California Valley Solar Ranch plant will be decommissioned and the area restored to its natural state as a part of the lawsuit settlement. The litigants, North County Watch and Carrizo Commons, had argued that the facility would have negative impacts on the area's aesthetics, air quality, biological resources, noise, traffic, greenhouse gas emissions, and agricultural resources. So the supervisors have allowed an overpriced power plant to be temporarily built in an environmentally sensitive area by a bankrupt company that's now owned by a foreign government who has ordered the solar panels to be built in Mexico. How do we elect these people to office? We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Please respond to our survey and leave your comments below. Number 1, do you approve of the County Board of Supervisors pushing for a huge federal loan guarantee to a virtually bankrupt company in the cause of solar power? Yes or no? Do you think the county government was representing the best interests of the environmentalists by going ahead with this plant? Yes or no? And number 3, do you think the government laws requiring PG&E to pay higher than market rates for solar energy benefits its customers? Yes or no? Number 4, do you think paying 50% more than market price for solar energy will help our California industries to compete with other companies out of state and overseas? Yes or no? Please be sure to leave your comments below. I'm Leslie Dutton.